right. I thought it's tricky drills when people have been just laughing at how easy it is. Just take one, John. Good job. Let's get locked in.
I'm locked in. Just make you realize.
Oh, okay, I have a game today, so I'm not listening to anything you say.
You're the one that pulled. No, this is done.
I listened to my father.
Stop.
Second.
Yeah.
It's always the second one.
All right, John.
Sweat on the state?
John. Stop showing what you're like.
I'm really, that's not what I'm looking to do here, Mr. President.
He's not in charge of the
Yeah, I know. We were having a discussion. I'm starting like 8:50 a.m. Not one breakfast like cake.
Mr. Parisi, I tried to stop by 3 times, so you were in the meetings every time. My life was welcome for everyone. Good. Who's your person? Ross, we can go.
All three good things.
They did a good job.
Really good. Peanut butter.
Like down peanut butter before practice.
It's like it's the third good thing. You guys just like eat it out of the can. What's the third good thing?
So, Will, let's get cracking. Will, Which one is Will?
I need to know which one's the third good thing. You? You do.
Good. I think good first period.
Will be hit. Isn't the course we close soon for aeration?
It was good.
Yeah. If it closed,
They said it really was first days. So I don't know if they were closed, but they're gonna really close for 29. She was a big sample.
Lavelle, you got the drill done? Hurry it up, because one bad thing will be looking at the other.
What time is it? Vacation? What time is it?
Well,
What time is it?
I'll be done, Victor.
Yeah,
That's my goal.
I can be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm just next.
it doesn't seem because I can walk.
Wait a minute.
I just forgot about it.
Now, I felt frozen. Go on. There, these should be our 3 minutes left.
I wouldn't say different.
What?
Attention. I was still on the Jordan home. And then there's somebody in the class.
Hey. I think if I was late, I'd rather take the 10. All right. Will you?
Yeah.
Why were you moaning?
Oh, no.
Because he got it right.
Is this about the first one?
No, I just asked you having a good day.
I'm having a great day. Are you having a good day?
I'm having a great day. It's thumbs up Thursday.
Yeah.
And not think of any bad things. Will you? Do you feel good about the first one?
I feel good about the second.
Okay, I'll call on you for the second one. We've got Lavelle. You got the first one, right?
I am Andrew. It was kind of my best guess. That was definitely.
Okay. Sean, how you feeling about the first one?
I think I have it right.
Okay, let's hear.
So if the income increased by 100 and the government tax did at 30%, that would.
So that would give you what, 70? Is there an answer that says 70?
Well, no,
No.
you have to multiply by 0.8.
And that gives you 56?
Yeah.
Is there an answer there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that the answer correctly?
It is B as in broccoli.
All right, good job. I thought that'd be really hard, but people have really done a pretty good job. So it's really the modular propensity to consume is about disposable. Okay, so that was kind of a little tricky. All right, will you?
I got Caroline for this
So it's a supply, why are you shifting supply?
one. So cotton, the price of cotton's increased. Telemarket, so there's there's a decrease in supply of towels. So there's a shortage.
Why are you shifting supply? What is the supply shift?
It's resource.
Research,
Yeah.
okay, good. Let's see if in Carolina.
Yeah.
Any questions? Good job. Okay. John?
All right, yes, remember when God made power son says here, amen. Do Lord, we come to you at another AP econ class. We're about half full, but just as ready and eager to like help us to get ready for this class coming up. Are you ready for another great day? Amen. St. John Baptist de la Salle.
Pray for us.
With Jesus in our hearts. And Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
John, do you think you could do the prayer virtually next year?
Why don't I just do one and then you just like record it?
Replay it every time.
Yeah, just replay it. Or I can record like a bunch of me saying a bunch of words and then you can like flip them around and then you have to pray out. Yeah, I'll read the dictionary.
I think prayer is a little more important than that, but I guess you know. Glad that you're one of those peer, whatever we call it.
Your vacationers.
Yeah. All right, I will do a review today after school. I'll get you done by 3:15. I think there's some challenging questions on it. So you can come. You should be finishing chapter 26 by Friday. The notes are due on chapter 26 by Monday. I'll do redos on Monday. I have a meeting that I have to go to Friday. Or I won't have to go to it. So, maybe I should go on that. No, redos before and after school. Then Tuesday, I'll do a review before school and at 7:30 p.m. for the quiz on chapter 26 that we're taking Wednesday.
So the Friday review thing you usually do is on Thursday now? So that thing was always.
It's always been Thursday.
It's always a Thursday.
For the AP class?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Thursday.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's thumbs up Thursday. So anything you do is great. Keep up doing a good job, Ryan. You're a great man. Okay. All right. So we're going to do some quick review on some things, and then I'm going to talk to you about loanable funds. That will be the new learning. So far, like everyone seems to understand it. I'll make it a little more confusing in the future. All right. You can talk to whoever you want and just go over these terms, and I'll give you a couple of minutes.
Medium of exchange, medium of account, what's the third thing?
That has nothing to do with anything else. Those are the three uses. Then you just.
What are the three uses of monetary policy?
Why don't you both dig in and try to.
Are you the three? Money market. discount class.
Oh, I know.
Money supply has been done.
Well, yeah, the difference, I mean, yes, the difference is like 10,000.
Did he not get that?
No, I think he's. No, I swear.
So, I know you pressure off before. Feeling good about yourself.
Like when you don't do it. The interest rate goes up.
Did you understand what you got wrong?
Using a 5% interest rate. Yeah.
All right.
The interest rate is higher.
Yes, finish.
Yeah, no.
All right, is there anything up here that you and your partner would not sure of? Sure.
Spending multiplier.
It's 1/MTS or 1/1 minus MPC. Anything else inverse relation?
Find more if the interest rates lower.
If interest rates go down, the value of the bond, I mean, the $10,000 bond is now worth more than that. Oh, okay. That's an excellent question. So Sean, if the Fed buys $1,000 bond and the reserve requirement is 0.1, well, first, just give me the multiple points. Okay, 10. Sorry. You would try to do it. All right, so the multiplier is 10. If the Fed buys $1,000 bond, is there an initial change in the money supply? John? So the Fed's buying, you're the bank, I'm the Fed, you sell me a bond, I give you $1,000.
Not initially to go to the bank. Or.
So when it's in the bank, is it in the money supply?
Yes.
Yeah, so the initial change is how much? It's $1,000, so this is the initial. Now, Sean, what is the maximum the money supply can change? On this $1,000 bond? Now, for the Fed, nothing, it's not a demand deposit. So it's going right into excess. So you're just taking 1,000 times the 10. So that would be 10,000. So two differences right now. One is the initial change is 1,000, or whatever the price of the bond is, right? And the second is you take nothing out of reserve requirement, it's the bond times the multiple. Okay? Will you? Now, Steve puts $1,000 in the bank. Will, is there a change in the money supply?
No.
Right? So no initial change on a deposit. And the reason why is when Steve had $1,000 in his pocket, that was in the money supply, and now we put it in the bank, it's also in the money supply. Now, Miguel, what is the maximum the money supply can increase off this $1,000 deposit? All right, so you gotta take how much out and put it in reserve requirement? And that's 100, right? Just one? So that leaves you 900 you can loan out. What's the multiplier? So it can increase by 9,000. And that's what you said. Okay? Yeah. All right, guys. No, if that's holding it, it's not a money. Okay. Any other questions? I think you know what you have next period. Okay, good. Good job. All right. We have kind of talked about this before, so I'm just speeding through. Real interest rates are about purchasing power. All right. The higher the real interest rates, the better it is for the lender. Why? Because the lender is getting paid back dollars that purchase more. All right. So the lender wants real interest rates to go up. Here's the formula. You only have to memorize one of them. Nominal. What's nominal? If they say banks are paying 6%, that's nominal. When they say interest rates are going up in the United States, that's nominal. All right, nominal is what the banks pay or what I say I'm going to lend you money on. Okay, just know one of these equations because they come up all the time, either on the FRQs or on multiple choice. So I would know one of them. Okay. It's also important, like someone asked me in this class, and this was another class, like, what's wrong with the United States? They keep borrowing money. But borrowing money isn't bad if inflation is like 3% and you're paying 1% interest. Because now you're paying back cheaper dollars. So that's the United States. They're not all that stupid. They're not that smart either. Well, please don't get crazy. You okay?
Yes.
You look like you're had a tough day. Huh? Okay. That's good. All right, we know bond prices, interest rates of bonds are inversely related. We took care of that. All right, here we go. Loanable funds. New graph. All right, new graph of loanable funds. Now, people get mixed up between the loanable funds and the money market. So you know it's the money market when they're talking about the Fed. Any like setup when they're talking about monetary policy. That's kind of the signal that it's nominal interest and the money market. So loanable funds is where you go to either borrow money or lend money. Now, we don't go to lend money, but when we put money in the banks, our banks can lend money. They're lending our money. This market is real interest. Okay, real interest. All right. Now, there's an inverse relationship between real interest and quantity loans demanded, very similar to the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So therefore, demand is going to be what type of curve? Downward slope. Now, there's a direct relationship between real interest and quantity loan supply. Why? If interest rates go up, I want to save more or loan more out because I'm getting paid a high interest. So therefore, that's an upward sloping supply curve. Okay? If you think, and this whole thing, demand is about borrowing and investing, and supply is about savings, and savings being bonds, stocks, and bank accounts, and supply is about savings. I think it makes the loanable funds fairly easy. So here is your graph. Did I give you? Did I put it in your notes? I did. All right. So there it is. Okay. It's real interest. This is important. You got to mark this one real interest and the money market nominal. Quantity of loan. I put supply is lenders and savers, demand is borrowers and investors. Right. Now, both of them are public and private. So this is government saving, that's fine. For government saving, and this is private saving, which would be up. And again, if you buy a bond, you're saving. Okay, this is government spending, and then business investment, and, you know, people like us. All right. Take a minute and think what would happen to that curve if government increases deficit spending. Now, what do they mean by deficit spending? That would mean government is out of tax revenue. So they don't have any tax revenue to spend. So that would be deficit spending. Ryan K., what do you think will happen to the loanable funds grant? Right here. Demand shifts right, you said? Okay, yeah, because they're gonna borrow, so they're gonna shift right. There we go. Well done. Okay. Nick asked, when government borrows, what happened to interest rates? They increase. Obviously, if interest rates increase, what happens to business investment? It goes down. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start this off now. Colin, government spend. I now want to come to this spread. What happens? Aggregate demand. Okay. Now, John, what happens to interest rates again?
It went up.
Interest rates go up, what happens to investment?
Goes down.
If investment goes down, what happens to average demand?
And then it's just back to the left.
And what is that called?
I don't remember.
C word?
Oh,
Good try, good call.
That's how it goes.
Rounding up.
That's what I meant. That's what.
Well, now, I heard you say rounding up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He
I'm
said
not-
private.
What? All right, so government borrowing leads to crowding out, okay?
I was trying to think of what that was called when you were like writing
It's good. You dug in to your hippocampus. That's memory. I know you don't know
it.
that.
And I found nothing. Like crowding? My broken was broken.
Like a crowd, a big crowd.
Oh, this is when my broken was broken.
No, but I would like Lavelle to go. Lavelle, you take that class too? You know anything?
That's what he got on the final.
What'd you get on front?
50,
That ain't bad.
I got 70. I didn't even know I didn't.
The only reason he got a 70 is because I spent 20 minutes.
It was like 10.
All right.
You're good with 10.
Here on, you would like to spend the afternoon with me, would you?
Oh, I'm all
All right, demand shifters. I know, that's why I would never give you attention.
right.
All right, change in borrowing by consumers. Change in borrowing by businesses. And then government deficit spending. Okay. So if you just really remember change in borrowing, that's going to be a demand shift. Avi, while I made fun of you for not knowing the class, I often come in here or set up, and then some other teacher comes in and tells me I'm not there this period. So. I know, like I can't remember my teaching next week. All right, supply, change in private savings, meaning any policy that might increase our savings, meaning, okay, change in government spent savings. God bless us if that day ever occurs. I was gonna say I'm too old, but holy cow, like all we do is elect freaking old people. We need young people in charge. What?
There are a lot of puzzles that I really have to mention. There's that one senator from the Midwest who.
All right. It's okay to me to joke about old people, but now you're making fun of me.
Hey, but you just said it, like, you are now the prime, voter target, like, they will vote.
They do. But they want moderate. I'm not moderate. Go. You have a question?
Oh, I was gonna talk, I was just talking about Nancy Pelosi,
Okay. That's fair. I don't know many people who. I don't even think I heard. All right. Now look, change in foreign investment. Here's what, I don't want you to think investment. I want you to think like change, foreigners either putting money in our banks to get high interest rates or buying like US bonds. Okay? So they're putting money in our banks or they're buying our bonds. Foreign. Foreign. So like I said, China buys a US bond, it would go there. Because bonds are like savings. All right, so if that's the same. To get good interest rates. And also, because we buy a lot of their goods, they have a lot of US money. So that's a way for them to use it. And China does hold a lot of US bonds. And our government's stable, like, or at least people think it. It is. I mean. All right. So the first one that I gave you space here, right? No, there's not something that says like government incentive.
This is tax incentive for savings.
Yeah, that's it. All right. So let me explain this. If you put money in the bank and say you make $5,000 in interest, that's tax. This is saying that the government's going to eliminate that tax. How would that impact the federal funds and the loanable funds? Give everyone a minute. Like, will you? He's drawing it. He's not screwing around here. He's putting real interest. He's putting loanable funds on the bottom.
Already there.
This kid is.
You ever seen Locked In?
I was gonna say he'd be like my own son, but my own son wouldn't write it down. Will, first thing, which curve do you think this should be? Savings.
Oh, savings.
It's about savings.
Oh, savings, that's supply.
Yeah. And by the way, we don't even have to memorize anything, right, Lavelle? Ask the savings. Shit. God, this is so freaking easy.
I mean, that was never really
real wage perhaps.
difficult. You probably think that savings was a mistake. Well, do you know what's one left?
All right,
I like to make it very easy.
it's delayed. What did you shift here, which way?
I shifted it to the right.
All right. There's now a greater incentive to save. Why? Because we're not getting taxed. Supply to the right. All right, any questions on that? Sean, you okay? Will you? Make sense to you now? All right, second opportunity. Government offers investment tax credit. What is an investment tax credit? If you, did you know that?
I was going to take a guess, you get money back for investment.
Yeah, so say if you build a factory, you might not have to pay tax. Okay?
Isn't that how we fix it, like, if it's a don't pay?
Yeah.
any taxes because they get the credits?
Yeah, real sad when you said.
I'm not a big guy.
You've had a lot of time to do it.
Huh? I actually have this 50, well, I don't know, someone gave me a $50 Amazon part of this.
You hate it.
I'm holding on to
I think
it.
it's $60 for it.
You'll give me 60 for my $50 part.
Yes. Why would you do that?
Hey, Ryan, just because you said that, I have to fail you. Like, if that showed how little you learned, and you could have, that is the dumbest decision since I took this job.
You know, cover shipping. No, that's not.
No, you're still paying.
No, but you have the leverage because he is a card that he doesn't necessarily want.
You're paying more than the car is
You would
worth.
typically pay a little bit.
Wait, but what
less.
if he doesn't have a credit card and he can only buy everything? Wait, but the other thing is, if you hold on to the card bad, because the question is continually going up.
I would
Yes, it is. I need to sell it to some of my friends.
Would you just sell to?
Ryan, since you diverted our attention, and by the way, when I said that, I meant me taking this job with such little pay, showed that I knew nothing about economics. Just reminded me of that. All right. Anyhow. But there can't be a price to see the light turn on in Mr. Lavelle's house.
Oh,
Ryan, what's shifting which way?
demand shifted to the right.
Yeah, because now there's an incentive. Now, is there gonna be crowding out here?
No, because investment is going up.
Investment occurred, yeah. So businesses can't crowd it out, they've already got their money in their loan.
There's conflict. What was the question that led to that one?
Government spending. Okay. And by the way, crowding out is a favorite, like AP college board question. I don't know why.
Wait, can you go over that one more time, why the government spending goes growing up?
Sure. Can we just imagine this is government spending?
Yes.
Okay, so government spending would shift AP to the right, right? But now, what happens to interest rates here? Interest rates up, go up, what happens to that? And that crowds up. Ah! Big. Yeah, you got it. Would we say that Ukraine is politically unstable? Would we?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, there's one going on.
Okay,
I think
I didn't know, I mean, beforehand,
No. but I agree. No one knows. You do not know. You are not certain 6 months from now who will be in charge, right?
Yeah.
oh, stability,
Like,
stability is like-
We know 6 months from now, our dictator will be. No, I was talking about our school. It's gonna be dragging out.
No, I'm never stepping back. The reins are staying in.
Are you saying the election was fixed?
I mean, there's only one guy that.
All right, try to graph this. Think, because you can.
I'm fine with that.
If there's political instability, what do you think is going to shift on the top? Yeah. This is a brilliant, because like if you don't put like an arrow, I don't know which way. Propel, get out there.
I'm rolling.
Not really, but. You're doing supply too. All right, start, guys.
Oh, that's right.
Like how I said, like.
So,
What did you do?
nice.
Okay. How damn will you? You don't have to control the class. You'll tutor these two guys up after. All right, start us off. What do you got? All right, guys, you shifted the man to the left with your reason for that.
I guess kind of just like, well, I'm not sure.
Will you? You shifted the man left also. What?
Seemed like the right thing to do.
Okay. Mr. Lee,
I said it because I thought it would be less bills to borrow or invest in country than
so if you're not sure who's going to be running the country, you might not build a new factory. You might not open up like more McDonald's. So you're going to invest less. The demand shifting left. Will P, what did you say? Why?
So it's a five because like other countries are gonna wanna have their capital in a country with political instability, so there's gonna be less foreign investment.
Okay, would you want your money in a bank with political instability? No, like in Russia even, right? People are running to get the bank. So if I combine everyone's answer, we've got the right one. It's a double shifter. Ah! Ravel, instead of smiling, listen. He's trying to teach you something. Interest rates are indeterminate, right? They can go up, they can go down, or they can stay the same.
Quantity is going down.
There you go. All right. Any questions so far on loanable funds?
Easy. When are the hard questions come?
Let's see, can I get that? All right, here we go. Let's do A and B on your board. We didn't get to the hard part yet, don't worry. All right, guys, I mean, it's up here.
So this doesn't have to do with the local funds. Maybe it does.
Give us some time.
Yeah, what can we do?
Huh? David. He's got it? Copy. I thought you looked at it. All right, Nick S. I drew my LRAS, right, my SR, I got the long running delivery, right? Okay. Just for you guys in my points, you get 1 for the LRAS here, 2 if everything's correctly labeled. Nick, assume the government increases spending on national defense. What do I do with that with demand? Shifts right. I do what you're telling me. All right. Now, will you, after I shift it right, what's the impact on unemployment?
So the price level goes up, unemployment goes. Wait, RGB is employment, so then unemployment.
Did employment increase in people? Does employment increase in people?
Oh, employment increases and unemployment
Decrease.
decreases.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Wrestler.
Yeah.
Like why one you would be over full employment and they give you the point for that?
Yeah. I think so. All right. Last thing. Could you do D? In order to finance the increase in government spending on national defense from Part B, the government borrows funds from the public. Using correctly graph of the loanable funds, show the effect of government's borrowing on real interest rate. Point D. Will you, we're just nice and friends. Do you have this, which way we go?
So borrows the demand, right?
Demand to the right, right? Because government's borrowing, demand to the right. Any questions on that?
What's economic growth rate? Would that go down as well because it's less investment?
Where it's at 8?
Yeah.
Given the change in real interest rate, investment down, economic growth rate down. And you could say it slows due to high interest rates.
I mean, we doesn't even get it.
John,